And normally about halfway through the session, 45 minutes in, we'll have a little break, give you a chance to use the loo if you need, have perhaps another cup of tea, check your phone, whatever you need to do. And also in a way to kind of make a sort of kind of line between, okay, now we've spoken about your family of origin, now I want to hear about you.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so we'll start off then with hearing about your family. So, Mum and Dad, are they both still alive?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start with your mum. What's your mum's name?
Josephine.
Okay, and how old is she?
She is, I'm trying to think how old she is. She's now 67.
Okay, and where does she live?
She lives quite close to me in a town called Camberley.
Oh yeah,
So
okay.
She's originally from a town called Tattershall in, I suppose, I'm trying to think what county is that now. Near Sleaford, Lincolnshire.
Lincolnshire, okay. And is she in good health?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good health.
And still with your dad?
Yes.
Okay. So that's just some basics about her.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about her life. What sort of family she grew up in, for example, their economic circumstances, and how far she went in her education and those sorts of things.
I suppose her family were into farming. It's quite a rural area.
Mm-hmm.
I'd consider kind of to be relatively sort of moderate lifestyle.
Yeah.
So decent. Her father moved on to set up a haulage company, and he my perception is that he was very focused on aspects within the business.
Yeah.
Her education wise, she's not particularly advanced in terms of education.
Yeah.
I think she left after school, and she met my father not too long after then, and then moved down to the south of England.
Okay.
At that point in time.
And did she move guided by his work, by your father's work?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Any really significant events during your mum's childhood that I need to know about? For example, the deaths of very close relatives, any abuse that she suffered from relatives, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, any alcoholism on her parents' side, anything like that?
She, like myself, suffered from asthma and some eczema. So I think that, particularly in the rural sort of environment, that flared up. So that meant I think there were aspects of her life that she struggled with at first. The other aspect of it, I think, is my grandmother. Her siblings, 2 brothers. Both have passed away. And I think my grandmother favoured boys rather than girls.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So she didn't feel like she was the favourite.
No. Yeah, I think that's entirely fair to say she wasn't.
And what order was she? Were the boys older?
She was the youngest.
She was the youngest.
Yes.
So and were the boys much older than her, or?
No, I would say 3 years and then another 2 years above that.
And just in case I forget to ask, they're both dead, you said?
They're both passed away, yes.
And what did they die from?
Cancer in both circumstances.
Yeah. Okay, but not particularly a familial cancer that.
No,
it was different.
Both different. It wasn't as though it's sort of hereditary.
No.
Okay. Or something like that.
Okay. So they both, unfortunately, kind of independently died of cancer.
Yes. That's
in their 60s, I guess.
Yes. It's maybe late 50,
Gosh,
early 60.
So that's unusual.
Yeah, it was one of. Sorry, stop me.
No, that's fine.
But what the eldest, I sense he was the favoured one. He was very outgoing.
Yeah.
He eventually, I suppose, took over the business, the haulage company from my grandfather.
Yes.
And he was also into motorbike and sidecar racing, so he used to travel around a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's exciting, but he won trophies and so forth. He's very good at what he did.
Yeah.
The middle, so that's Mike. Middle was Ken, and he was probably quieter. One.
Yeah.
More introverted, but then took over once the eldest died.
Yep.
My grandmother actually moved in with Ken during his later years.
Yeah.
And with her grandchildren, Ken's
children. Yeah.
At that point, and all quite a sort of very similar traits.
Yes.
They're introverted individuals. And then Ken died quite quickly after she'd been living with him for a number of years, actually.
Yes.
So.
And when Ken died, who took over the business?
It went to his son.
It went to his son. Okay, so your mum didn't get. So your mum was never involved in the business.
Mum's never been involved. No. I think she resented that, and that she doesn't have any expertise in that area.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not going to call it. I struggle to call it traditional, but it's very male orientated.
Yes.
Passed down the male line.
Yes.
That's the way of thinking. And,
yeah. Well, I sort of imagine haulage might be, in that sense, because
it is dominated by men.
There's no reason why it would have to be, but I could sort of imagine why it would be in a way. Yeah.
My grandmother, I think, was again, I'm hesitant to use the word traditional, but it's the mindset of that generation.
That generation, yeah. And you've mentioned that the oldest was kind of quite a bit of a goer. Very very extrovert. Ken was quite a lot quieter. And your mum, where would she have come in the personality sort of?
I would say she's somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle. Okay. All right. Anything else I need to know about your mum's family of origin before we move on to?
No, I'd say she's not particularly. In fact, one thing I say no, and then go on to talk something about something. I would say that the family's not particularly close.
Yeah.
In fact, that's probably fair on both sides of my parents.
Yeah.
She kind of moved away.
Yeah.
So in some ways, we're seeing a little bit of the black sheep for the family, and that she's not doing.
Yeah, because she went south with your dad when she met him. Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But the sort of keeping in touch with cousins and so forth, it's never really been a core part of the family's values. It's not been a particularly tight-knit family, I suppose.
Yeah.
In part because of geographical reasons.
Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do now then is we'll do exactly the same, but with your dad. So what's your dad's name?
Edward.
Okay. And how old is Edward?
He's 72 now.
Okay, so and your mum?
She's 67, so it's 5 years difference.
5 years difference, okay. And what's his health like?
Yes, relatively good. Yeah, I think same as my mother.
Okay, good.
He's quite active, so he likes to play golf.
Lovely, yeah.
I would say he's more sort of intellectually capable than my mother. Mm-hmm. He didn't go particularly high in terms of qualification when he was younger.
Yeah.
He met my mother whilst he... I think he was working in the auctioneer's house at Sleaford, which is quite near where my mother lived at the time. But he's kind of gone back and through further education later in life.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So I might forget to ask. So what's he done later in life? Has he done degrees or?
Yeah, he's did masters.
Oh,
so
cool.
He did it through Open University.
Yeah.
I suppose in short, he was a surveyor. So he looked after the property for a company.
Yeah.
There was the massive recession during the 1980s.
Yep.
And as part of his reskilling that he went through and to make himself a little bit more, I suppose, desirable from the CV perspective, he went back and he did I think it's in marketing. He did that masters in that. So he's quite keen on sort of education and continuing development.
Yeah. But originally he would have gone to what, A levels, would he, do you think?
I don't even think he did that.
No, GCS sort of O level levels, and then went straight to work. Yeah. Okay. And then he met your mum. They moved down south, and he's always been involved in that sort of work. Has he? Kind of.
He has been.
Yeah.
He's also involved in local authority work. So he's been a councillor,
okay,
and county councillor for a while.
Yeah.
And my mother got involved with that after.
Yeah.
So he kind of likes politics.
Yeah. What's his political persuasion?
He's a Conservative councillor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't describe him. God, everyone's very left or right wing. Spectrum, he's relatively central.
Yeah. Okay. So but it happens to be
line to the Conservatives. Okay. I think that's the core values, but not an extreme Brexit here.
No. I can understand. Perhaps. Sometimes those jobs are also very good opportunities to meet local people and, become part of the local community as much as anything else.
It is, and I think he seems to have done quite a lot as part of that. He's been on sort of planning committees because that's where his kind of subject area expertise.
Yeah.
He's helped out some local residents with their planning and help stop things and make things go through as well. So my perception is I've done quite a lot for the local community.
Do you think he would have liked to have been an MP?
Yeah, I think he